So it's late spring and I'm seeing lots of posts on social media. I'm getting texts and emails from my clients saying something's eating my broccoli, or there's holes in my kale, or there's bugs in my cabbage. And I can pretty much guarantee they're all being attacked by the cabbage white butterfly caterpillar. These are bugs that love to eat the brassica crops, and they can do a ton of damage, especially on the broccoli and cauliflower, those crops where we really want the one big, beautiful crown. If bugs eat that, your whole crop is ruined. But the thing is, this is totally preventable if you are consistent with spraying BT. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all about how to do that, what products to get, the schedule to keep, and show you how to do it. And then you can have big, beautiful, hole-free brassicas like me. So the culprit here is the cabbage white butterfly, and they're kind of inconspicuous white and yellow butterflies. They're very plain, and they'll be buzzing around and kind of feel magical, but they're actually little demons. And they will land on your brassicas and lay eggs on the underside. And pretty soon, in a couple of days, those will hatch into caterpillars. They're fuzzy green little things and tiny when they first hatch, but also become the exact color of your leaves, so they're very hard to spot. You can pick them off, or you could even try to cover your entire bed, but I've seen them get under netting when I did that. So that's why I use BT as a preventative and a treatment on all my brassicas all spring long. All right, so here's the product I use. It's called Thuricide, or BT, for Bacillus thuringiensis. It is a naturally occurring soil bacteria. It's approved for organic gardening. And the way that it works is that you spray it on your plants that are being eaten by caterpillars. And when they eat it, it's toxic in their gut and they die. Our stomach acid and any other insects or birds or animals are not affected by it. So in my garden, I always try to identify a pest and physically remove it or wash it off if possible. And if that doesn't work, then use the most specific treatment only on the plants that I am having problems with, only targeting the bugs that I'm having problems with. So that's why I only spray Thuricide on my brassicas. So that's going to be broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, collards, kale, and Brussels sprouts. Let me show you how I mix it up. So I prefer to use the concentrated form of BT as it's more cost effective, and I can just mix up what I need for one individual application. So I'll put links to these below, the concentrated BT and the pump sprayer that I use, which is really handy. It also is great because it doesn't give you a hand cramp, spray. It just like gives a nice little stream like that, or however wide you want, but it's one thumb depression, not a ton of pumping. So you always want to do your pest treatments in the evening. This just makes sure that they can just settle into the plants and not be broken down by sunlight. And the first thing you want to do actually is harvest. So get as much brassicas harvested as you can, your kale and your collards. It's just less to spray, and also you won't be spraying and then harvesting and eating the plants that have the BT. Even though it's safe, it's just good practice. So go ahead and do a big harvest before you spray, and also really inspect while you're doing that, just to see if there are any eggs, any caterpillars that you might want to just go ahead and squish so that they don't continue to eat. And then start spraying fully, top and bottom of your plants. Make sure all the leaves are sprayed. Get down into the middle of the plants right at the bud, especially on those cabbages, broccoli, and cauliflower. And you're going to want to repeat this process every 7 to 10 days. This is where the garden journal comes in really handy, because you write down that you did it on Monday and you come back and do it next Monday. If it rains, it'll wash off the BT, so you've got to reapply. Another thing to remember is to make sure that the bud of your broccoli, your cauliflower, your cabbage, down in the middle where it's all tight. That's where they love to crawl in and eat the freshest, most tender growth on your brassicas. And that's where your beautiful broccoli crown comes from. So make sure you spray that and inspect really carefully for caterpillars down in the center of your plant. If you get off track, don't panic, don't give up. Just pick off any big caterpillars you see, remove any damaged leaves, and spray them down again with BT and get back on your schedule. Especially leafy crops like kale and collards, they're going to keep producing leaf after leaf after leaf. So your harvest is not necessarily lost if you've got an infestation of caterpillars. I want you to have beautiful, hole-free kale and intact, gorgeous, lovely broccoli crowns. And I know how frustrating it is to see them eaten by caterpillars, because that has happened to me multiple years when I first got started. And I didn't want to accept that I was going to have to spray. And maybe someone else has figured out how to handle them without spraying. Please leave a note in the comments if you have. But I have found this is the most reliable treatment for me to have my happy, healthy brassicas, big, beautiful broccoli crowns. And I just have accepted that's part of my gardening schedule. And I enjoy the time that I spend carefully tending to my brassicas now and then eating them all season long. So, got some BT. Let me know how it works for you. I really hope this helps and that you have no more trouble with holes in your broccoli again.